Let's talk about automatic configuration servers. Streamline the entire lifecycle of FTTH and broadband services with Friendly's ACS server. Friendly's ACS server, or Automatic Configuration Server, is a thoroughbred engine for the remote management of CPEs such as modems, routers, IPTV, STBs, ATA, VoIP, storage devices, media centers, IP phones, cameras, and more. In concert with the Friendly Unified Device Management Platform, we offer a single interface to manage ACS and automate the deployment and support of data, voice, and video services, reducing operational and support costs while increasing customer satisfaction. Its user-friendly UI covers the entire service lifecycle, from centralized remote provisioning of services to inventory management, group updates and campaign management, monitoring, event triggering, and support automation. At the heart of our solution is Friendly Device Management, a complete, end-to-end approach to managing customer devices. We begin with support. Our preventive support tools help identify and fix issues before they affect customers. And when customers need help, our online support delivers fast, efficient resolution. Next comes provisioning. With zero-touch installation, devices can be deployed and activated automatically, without manual intervention. Our service provisioning ensures every customer gets the right services, configured correctly from the start. Then we move to management. From firmware and group updates to policy enforcement and inventory control, we keep every device secure, up-to-date, and compliant. Finally, there's monitoring. We track service availability in real time and monitor key performance indicators through OOS and COE metrics, ensuring the highest quality of experience. Together, these four pillars, support, provisioning, management, and monitoring, form a seamless cycle that keeps networks running smoothly, customers satisfied, and service providers in control. That's the power of Friendly Device Management. Shortening time to market for new devices. Adding new devices is a daunting task for service providers. Thanks to its unique Smart Layer technology, Friendly eliminates the need for costly development and integration efforts when adding new device types. This feature dramatically reduces the total cost of ownership by eliminating the need to study in-depth device management protocol, develop complicated scripts, and integrate into OSS and other systems. All the various devices are centrally managed through the management portal. Management of additional devices. In addition to the subscriber's gateway, the management portal can manage multiple devices from a single user, such as VoIP devices, IP phones, STBs, media centers, storage devices, cameras, and any other TR-111 supported devices, even when they are located behind NAT. Remote update of a specific device. The management portal enables diagnostics and configuration of a specific CPE. The system can manage the entire data model of the CPEs, reboot the device or reset to factory default, upload or download configuration files for backup and restore purposes, and resolve subscribers' problems with ease and efficiency. Group CPE Update. The management portal enables the remote configuration of a group of devices mass update. The update may include parameter values, configuration, or firmware files, and can be sent to CPEs of a specific model type or customer-defined groups of CPEs. The update can be performed immediately or scheduled for a certain time and date. The customer can also control the frequency and quantity of updates to reduce the ACS server load. Software and firmware image management. The system enables downloading of CPE software and firmware image files. The protocol provides mechanisms for version identification, file download initiation, ACS-initiated downloads, and notification of the ACS of the success or failure of a file download. The update of firmware can be sent to a single CPE or a group of CPEs. For security purposes, the file can be digitally signed. This signed package format ensures the integrity of downloaded files and prevents third parties from remotely configuring the device. CPE Policy Management. The management portal enables policy management and enforcement. The following policies can be defined and enforced. Communication time intervals. The time interval during which the CPE must notify the ACS and search for updates, known as the inform time interval. Polling. The parameter values that the CPE must inform periodically, such as QoS parameters, bytes sent or received, and more. User updates. Whether the CPE should inform the ACS immediately or during the next scheduled, inform if the user changed a value, such as SIP server name. Blocking the user from changing specific parameter values. During the first-time provisioning process, the CPE automatically discovers the ACS, registers, and receives a default setting profile with the required policy. The CPE management policy can be updated remotely via the mass update process. Support of all TR69 protocols. Friendly Technologies is a contributing member of the Broadband Forum's Broadband User Services Group and takes an active part in the TR69 standardization work. The Friendly TR69 Unified Device Management Platform supports the following broadband forum technical reports. The additional protocol support is added as the protocols are updated by the Broadband Forum, TR69 CPE WAN Management Protocol. TR98, Internet Gateway Device Data Model for TR69. TR104, DSL Home Provisioning Parameters for VoIP CPE. TR106, Data Model Template for TR69 Enabled Devices. TR1-10, Issue 1.01, DSL Home Reference Models for VoIP configurations in the DSL Home. TR111, Applying TR69 to Remote Management of Home Networking Devices. TR131, NBI Requirements. TR135, Data Model for a TR69-Enabled STB. TR140, TR69 Data Model for Storage Service-Enabled Devices. TR142, Framework for TR69-Enabled PON Devices. TR143, Enabling Network Throughput Performance Tests and Statistical Monitoring. TR156, Using GPON Access in the context of TR101. TR157, Component Objects for CWMP. TR181I2, Device Data Model for TR69. WT181, Device Data Model for TR69. TR196, FEM2 Access Point Service Data Model. TR369, User Services Platform, also known as USP. Comprehensive Reports. The Management Console offers a seamless generation of comprehensive reports on all the activities. All reports can be generated from the ACS database via the Management Console or via integration with external platforms such as Business Object. Features management of single and multiple CPEs per user, CPE, and customer profile management. Users management, mass update, or CPE group update. Software and firmware image management, CPE policy management, CPE-based events triggering. Support of devices connected to the router, TR111. Full support of the TR69 specs. Complete API and NBI to external applications. Benefits enables provisioning and delivery of value-added services. Supports all routers, STBs, ATAs, cameras, and IP phones with no additional development. Improves subscribers' quality of experience. Reduced cost of provisioning new subscribers and new services. Reduced support costs.